Hi, I'm Tracy N. Miller, the life coach with a passion to empower others to be successful in their endeavors. Through the power of my personal coaching, I help to pave a path of clearer insight, direction, and create strategies so that you can attain your desired goal and dream. Let me help you.
Good evening and welcome to Beauty for Ashes podcast. I'm so excited that we have a very special guest to present to you this evening. I'd like to introduce to some and present to others none other than Mr. Lamar Moore.
Hello.
Welcome. Good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you for taking time out of your very busy schedule. This is such an honor for me to have you on the Beauty for Ashes podcast. My first segment.
Yeah.
It's so awesome. It's with such a mogul like yourself. So let's start off by introducing yourself to the people and telling us a little bit about yourself, Mr. Moore.
Okay. My name is Lamar Moore, and I'm from Smithfield, North Carolina. I did 20 years in the Marine Corps, retired, and through that time frame of my retirement, I picked up a camera, a Canon camera, actually, and started documenting my moments and taking my photos and turning them into a story to inflict some type of emotional connection. And ever since then, it's been taken off. It went from a camera to a video camera to business cards, websites, graphics. It just went in so many different directions. It just happened so fast, but I took my time in the whole process.
Right. Exactly. Awesome. You said you did 20 years in the Marine Corps.
Yes, ma'am.
So hoorah to that. Hats off and thank you for serving our country. And
Welcome.
so now you're serving on from another aspect.
Yes, ma'am.
And it's wonderful. So tell the people a little bit about your epiphany, the moment that you knew that this was what you wanted to do.
Wow. I haven't been asked that question before. I guess once I got to a point in my life where I felt that when I started doing the photos, it was my passion at first, right?
Yes.
But I couldn't just stop at photos. I had to also venture out into business too.
Okay.
Once I thought about, hey, I gotta get into the business part of photography, that's when I hit that epiphany. And when I mean hit it, I mean I had to enjoy and learn and grow my passion and also grow and learn business.
Right.
So I combined both of them. Unlike other photographers that just say, hey, I'm gonna just take pictures.
Right.
They don't think about other things outside of that.
Right.
Are you going to just take pictures or are you going to grow and evolve? And in order to grow and evolve, you got to get a business,
Exactly.
right? Because
Absolutely.
it was a hobby first. And thank God for my wife. She did a lot for me in this whole process that I have done for myself.
Wonderful.
By just saying, hey, you might need to do this or you might need to do that, or her encouragement in the process.
Absolutely.
With that, it came going to school to get my degree.
Okay.
Right? Trying to get into tax names as far as LLCs, sole proprietorship, all of those things.
All the business aspects of your dream.
Right.
And that's awesome that you explained that, because a lot of people, Lamar, think that just because they have a hobby, a dream, a desire, that they get stuck right there.
Yes.
It's a wonderful thing that you shared with the people, that you initially, it's your hobby, your passion, something that God called you to do, but you also understood that there were some other steps that you had to take in order to see your vision come to fruition and manifest, correct? And so take us back to one time where you did your first, I want to say, assignment, job. You covered a special event.
Wow. I would say the first job that I covered was for the city of Meridian, Mississippi. They did a reunion for all of the high schools.
Okay.
People came from all over to celebrate that moment and spend time with each other.
Right.
And just come back. It was hosted by some fraternities and sororities, and they saw my work.
Right.
And I had to bid. I had to learn the process of bidding for a job. And the idea behind bidding for a job is giving them the best price
Right.
that is affordable for them, so you could work for them. Right?
Understood.
Right.
Absolutely.
I had the best bid. I bid out more than I could chew because it was over 11 to 12,000 people.
Wow.
Yeah, it wasn't just one year. It was all of the years, and it's like something they do every 5 years, right? So from that moment, I had to document everything that was going on.
That's
right?
pretty awesome. And
Yes.
you do know what documentation means because
do.
you did 20 years in the United States Marine Corps.
That's right. That's right.
And
That's
so if you're not going to learn anything else, you're going to learn to document some stuff.
That's right.
And that's an awesome thing to have, especially when you're turning your desire, your vision, birthing out your baby to a full-fledged business. And I love it when you said that your beautiful wife, Frances,
Yes,
is
ma'am.
key in supporting you and helping, not just to speak to the married, but the singles. It's important to have partnership.
Yes.
It's important to have people in your corner that really believe in your dream. I remember conversing with you before, and you shared how sweet and awesome she is as far as supporting you from the very beginning, before your business grew, before there was a studio, before there was anything like that. So
right,
tell us a
that's
little
right.
bit about that.
Oh, wow. I'm going to just go ahead and give her credit right now more. She's the one that came on with it. Okay? It was supposed to have been for some heels. Okay. And at that time, we was girlfriend, boyfriend. And she was like, hey, how about the name Lamore? And I'm thinking, okay, that's my name. Lamar Moore.
Right. Awesome.
In my mind, I'm thinking, hey, that's my name. So I might as well just use it.
Absolutely.
But before we go to the Lamore, my business name in the beginning was Chocolate Photos.
Okay.
And she was like, hey, you might need to change that name because you're not going to be always working with African American. The name sounds sensual. And I had to think about it.
So what she did was help you expand your vision, right?
Right.
To a broader audience
Right.
and a larger clientele so that you can service people from all backgrounds and ethnicities.
Correct.
That's wonderful.
Correct.
The next thing I want to highlight is, other than personal connections, is talk about your challenging times, some of the challenges times that you faced, in order to encourage our audience not to give up.
My biggest challenge was trying to balance my passion and my family. Work was easy because I was used to that, but trying to birth something that eventually is going to be something great and trying to be there for your family is the hardest and most challenging thing ever, because you want to be there for your family.
Absolutely.
You want to be there for your wife whenever
Absolutely.
she needs you.
Absolutely.
And don't get me wrong, I was there for my wife,
Right.
but sometimes I wasn't there for her. And, at times that was depressing to me, but I still had to push through because this is something that was tugging at me.
So you experienced the birthing pains and also making the decision to make sacrifices
Yes, ma'am.
in order to grow your business for the betterment of your family. And because this is the Beauty for Ashes podcast, I'm glad that you highlighted that, because it testifies and tells people that when you go through the challenging times, when you have your partner, wife, or vice versa, that you're going to have to make some decisions for the betterment of the family. You
Right.
sacrifice in the beginning and then you reap the benefits later on.
That's right. That's right.
And so once you were in Mississippi and it launched there, you birthed it out there, what was next?
Ooh. In that process, I was networking.
Mm-hmm.
I was learning how to brand my business, and the networking part it played a bigger role in running a business.
Right.
Because without the right connections, you can't really get far.
Absolutely.
Right? So you have to do things that you wouldn't do. For instance, while I'm birthing it, I had to do things for free, right? It's a process. You got to go through that process. Everyone sees all the glitz and glamour right there, but you don't see everything that they had to go through to get to that moment. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
With that being said, I had to do things for free. I had to undercharge myself, but in the process, my network was growing. People was getting to know me, understand me.
Right.
They were loving my professionalism and how I treated them, right? And that played a big role in the growth of my business too.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Absolutely. Thank you for that, Mr. Moore. And also, with speaking of your wife, the other customers, I can attest to that, how we met initially, because I did have a dream. I do have a dream. And at that time, I was not ready to move forward, but I still held on to my dream. And by faith, I reached out to you and called, and we had our initial meeting.
yes,
right?
we did.
And once you went through everything and shared, I gave you my word. When I'm ready, I'll be back.
That's right.
Which lands us here. And I want to highlight that, because when customers come to L'Amour Versatility Studios, they're going to get professionalism. I love it that yourself, as well as your team and your wife, of course, is ready to support, to help us birth our vision. And the reason why I'm so excited about having you to launch this podcast is that you have serviced so many businesses and you have so much to offer, not just to Onslow County, not just to North Carolina, but worldwide. Is that correct?
That's right.
Absolutely. So at this point, I would like for you to share some of the services that you do offer the people around the world.
Oh, wow. Video editing is one. People can send me their videos to edit the videos and create promotions for marketing and all that good stuff. People reach out to me for graphics work, marketing, promotion.
Kids PlayStation is a preschool-enriched learning center for children ages 3 to 5 in Jacksonville. We offer drop-in care, part-time care, and afternoon extended care. Our curriculum focuses on science, math, language, literacy, learning centers, and a fun learning environment. Plus, we offer an outdoor learning environment. We are open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. Contact us today. Kids PlayStation 609, Richlands Highway, Jacksonville, North Carolina.
Editing, marketing, promotions.
Well, this is outside of where I currently reside, by the way.
Right. And so this is beautiful.
Yes.
This is the new studio. Tell us a little bit about the different rooms and things that we can take advantage of at L'Amour Versatility.
We're in one of them right now, and I'm very happy to say thank you for bringing your vision to LMV Production Studio.
Absolutely.
This is a podcast set, and we have 4 different sets in the building that can give a client the opportunity to customize their own room.
LMV thing.
Oh, just
Okay.
like this one.
That was a key word for me.
Mhm.
You said customize.
Yes, yes.
So that means whatever type of business a person has,
Mhm.
they can come in and put their own taste and spin to match their logo and everything like that. That is awesome. That's amazing. Talk about your grand opening.
Oh, wow. My grand opening, I prepped and prepped for it by putting promotions out there, little tidbits. So it was like, hey, we got something coming in
Right.
Jacksonville. And my key word was bringing the Atlanta appeal to Jacksonville. And the meaning behind that is in Atlanta, they have these styles of studios. And my studio is unique because it has the podcast sets, it has a cyclorama wall in the back for production. It has a meeting area also, and it also can convert into event space also.
Awesome.
When I made the announcement, hey, we're gonna do our grand opening, I had a lot of people that showed, but majority of them was online, and majority of them were in awe to the point where people have been stopping by to come in and look at it, and then as they come in, they're like, oh my God, I can do a cooking show. You're right, you can do a cooking show.
Absolutely.
I got somebody that can create your set too.
Yes.
And we can make it happen. The idea is for clients to come in here and all of a sudden their dreams pop into their mind and they're like, oh my God, I can do this now.
Right.
I don't have to travel far,
Absolutely.
or I don't have to do it. You know what I mean? My grand opening was awesome.
Awesome.
And to me, I feel like I'm still going through my grand opening. People are still coming by.
I can certainly understand that because this is something to see. And there's nothing like it in Jacksonville. We've been residents here for many years now. And so you have upped the ante and raised the bar, which is wonderful. And so tell us a little bit about how they can contact you, where you're located, and about your packages that you have to offer the people.
Oh, I am located off 211 Western Boulevard, Suite 8 in Jacksonville. And my packages, they flow from different things. For instance, we do headshots, we
Okay.
do family shots, we also do ads, we do graphics and we do marketing, we do promotions, we do all type of things that's dealing with media, period. Keyword, media versatility.
That's right.
Right?
Absolutely.
Media versatility. That's what we are capable of. We're handling all of that for you.
So, Mr. Moore,
Yeah.
when you say versatility, I hear that you can tailorize a package
I can.
to meet your client's needs.
I
Is that
can.
correct?
Yes.
And because this is a military town and the civilians, you have the background and experience for both the military side of the house and also the civilian side of the house. And that means that you're well-rounded.
That's right.
Excuse me. And so we're excited about what you have brought to the Jacksonville, North Carolina area. You have shared with us from one level of your life to the next life, and we are excited to see what else is to come.
Best picture we've ever taken. It's an LMV thing.
All right, so we have covered a lot of information. One important thing that I want to highlight and focus on is without the process, there is no progress. And Mr. Moore has a wonderful story and he has walked out, and we are in a beautiful studio. But Mr. Moore, I would like for you to share with the audience how this all came about. We understand that we all have dreams, we all have visions, we all have desires. We even have plans that we write on paper, napkins, whatever. So explain to them your process and how things were manifested for you.
Oh, wow. It was with a dream. Okay. It didn't become a dream until I actually picked up the camera and started taking pictures, and the documentation part started taking off.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was saying to myself, I need to develop myself
Right.
before I take this further.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So in that process, it became a dream to go further. Right. I had a job.
Mm-hmm.
I was in the Marine Corps working, so I didn't have to worry about finances.
Mm-hmm.
I could take care of my family, but I can also
Right.
do the photography too.
Mm-hmm.
Not letting the photography be my source of income or take care of my family.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said,
Okay.
I spoke it into existence that one day I'm going to have my own business in the media world. And that was spoken of a long time ago.
So what you're saying is you had this dream,
Mm-hmm.
you spoke it into existence,
Mhm.
but it didn't happen overnight.
Right. It did not happen
Okay.
overnight. It was a process,
Right.
right? And that's the most important part.
Yes.
You have to go through that process before you get to that dream, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not only that, you have to speak things into existence. You have to write things down.
Mhm.
You have to create a vision board. And without those things, you will not be able to motivate yourself to go further.
Absolutely.
Right? The word says you have the power of your mouth. It's in the tongue, right?
right.
So you can speak it. You have power within yourself. You just got to speak it and believe it, right? And don't let anybody or anything take you off that course,
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely.
So it is important.
Mm-hmm.
Keep your dreams,
That's
right?
That's right.
But survival trumps dreams first.
Mhm.
Unless you're in the process of your dream and your dream is actually doing it for you,
Right.
then that's okay. What's most important is survival,
Mhm.
right? And it's okay to survive in the process of doing your dream because you got to take care of that dream, right?
Mhm.
You got to
Absolutely.
invest in that dream, right?
Absolutely.
So you got to be working too,
That's
right?
And I love it that you said, Mr. Moore, that you was active duty in the United States Marine Corps and working on your dream.
Mhm.
So we want you to know not to give up. He's had some testimonies, some trials, some tribulations. He desired something. He dreamed it. He had to go through the process. But one important key that I want to highlight is that he spoke it into existence. So that means when you were testing and tried and it looked like it wasn't going to come to pass what you dreamed, did you stop?
No, I did not.
Absolutely.
I wouldn't stop. I
Mhm.
can't stop.
That's right. That's
Yep.
right. That's right. And so that's part of the process. And so believe in your dream. You're going to go through some times where it seems like ashes and nothing can come of this. But I'm here to tell you people that I am sitting in the best studio here in Jacksonville, North Carolina, Lamore Versatility Studios. And because he had a dream, he had a desire, he went through the process, he spoke it into existence, and he did not stop. And so that is huge. Thank you for not stopping because you didn't stop. Beauty for Ashes is here in this beautiful studio with all the bells and whistles.
And I have one more thing. It's okay to get help. All right. Another part of my journey was I was all about doing it myself. Right. But in the process, my wife always lended words, and with those words, motivated me to get help. And what I mean by help is I used to stuff my car full of devices to document events, right? And I would work every single device by myself until one day my wife was like, you need help. In my mind, I'm already investing in my business. So I know where the money is going. Right? I know where the money is going. But when she said that, I was like, I got to pay people. I got to pay. And that means more money coming out. Right?
Right.
But here's the thing. If you make room for your dream, God is going to provide. When I decided to get help and implement a whole process, it was called the internship program. I created an internship program.
Wonderful.
And that internship program allowed me to have my people work for me for free for a certain amount of time.
Awesome.
Because they believed in my vision, right? And once we got to a certain time frame, I started to pay them a small fee for their time. And once they did a whole year with me, they became full-time contracts, not full-time, because when I have jobs, I reach out to them. So with that being said, I now have contractors.
Famous boy gonna be famous.
Contractors, not employees,
Right.
contractors. Because there's only so much that I could cover as a business owner. I already got overhead.
Right.
We're talking about medical insurance and all those bells and whistles that you got to be responsible for when you have an employee.
And all a part of the process.
Yeah, it's all
while
a part
you're
of
going through. I want to
Correct.
highlight one other thing for the audience, and that is one word: trust. And you honed in on that because you were doing, Lamar, audience, I want you to pay really close attention to this, because I can speak to that. When it's your baby, you're careful. You don't want anyone can't feed your baby. Everyone can't change your baby's diaper. But you have to get to a place where you can trust someone. And finding those people that he highlighted that has compassion, that has drive, that's willing to make the sacrifice, because you made some sacrifices. But on the other end, they were willing to make sacrifices because they too had a passion. And I think that is huge to be able to do that, because we have to stick together, work together, and support one another. And so if you're out there and you're tuning in and you're listening in and you say, I have a dream, you've been burnt before, you've been scarred before, you don't have trust in working with people because of your past experience, you're hearing it from Mr. Moore as well as myself, and I'm sure his staff can tell you as well. You have to step out on faith. You have to take your ash moments, turn it into something beautiful by stepping out on faith, trusting people, going through the process, speaking it into existence, and not stopping. And Mr. Lamar, Is there anything else you want to share to the Beauty for Ashes audience today?
I want to thank God for how far I've come,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm grateful that He's still with me.
Absolutely.
And I also want to thank my family for sticking beside me through the whole process. We have 4 adults now,
Mm-hmm.
4 young adults. One adult has graduated from college,
Awesome.
right? And another one just went into the Air Force.
Awesome.
And I still have one currently in TSU. She has 1 more year. She may be considering going into the military, but we're still working on that.
Okay.
And my son, he just got a job at Publix. So
Awesome.
everybody's doing great. And I'm just thankful that God has covered me and covered my family from the beginning to now. And He's still doing it.
And thank you for highlighting the children, because I'm quite sure that they played a significant role in part in birthing out the vision. And so everyone took part in making this a reality. And so I want to take this time to thank LMV again, Lamore Versatility Studios,
Lamore Media.
Versatility. Look, I'm sitting here with the mogul, okay? And he wears many hats, and there's different levels and departments to this thing. And so we want to thank you for taking time out, but we want to hear from you also. You have a Beauty for Ashes story that we want you to share with us. And so he shared his information and contact information, and I will be sharing mine and posted it on the screen. I want to hear from you. What is your Beauty for Ashes story, so that we can continue to walk out our dreams, visions, and purpose? Thank you for your time. I am Tracy Nicole Miller, and this is Lamar Moore. Give it up. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I'm excited to be here. I came back just to make sure I'm here for our first episode of season 2.
Everything in life is based off of a system. A lot of times we find ourselves in areas of trouble because it's a system that we don't understand.
The action you show, then you might change them.
Yeah.
I truly believe if you take in somebody to give them better life or education, what they try to do is to educate them.
And I scan when I'm in my bed. I scan, okay, what am I gonna be wearing tomorrow?
Your head.
But to be a good leader, you have to be
A good follower. All the
Yeah.
leaders, they were followers.
Pure tea on set. As you know, we are tea drinkers, and this is one you're gonna wanna try.
Number one that we should be doing is believe that person.
residents said they didn't receive any warning.
Warning. We the people of the United States.
The history of our people in the sense that our elders passed out to us. And also for Lamore Media. Thank you.
Everybody has issues in life.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. She's not blindsided. She accepts, she embraces her choices. About the abuse.
I prayed for that person. I feel good about it. I move on.
So how do you feel when you dated a while and the kids don't accept that person?
But this bottle is beautiful because it's got like a decor right there on
yeah.
there.
I don't care if you have a huge house, 10 bedrooms. Don't mean you happy.
Nope.
don't mean you happy at all.
Drugs. I mean, anything to make them feel better.
Cheers.
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 Yeah. Great discussion today, ladies.
The views and opinions expressed by the hosts and guests of Colorful Voices of Sisterhood are for general public information and entertainment purposes only.
It's an LMV thing.